Hey, welcome to the Weekly Open, episode 5. We had a week off last week and now we're back at it. Thanks to my sponsors, Bing X, Crypto Social Trading Network, wonderful exchange. I'll give you a brief look at the user interface. As you can see, superb, brilliant. Okay, if you want to sign up with them, use the link in the bio, and they have a special sign up bonus for you if you use Tyler Durden. Um, you'll get $100 USDT, no deposit. Okay, and you use this to trade, and the winnings you can withdraw. Okay, so that's only for the first 100. So make sure you get signed up before everybody else does, and uh, and let's get stuck in. So Bitcoin weekly. Now, what happened last week? I think we all know what happened last week. Things got very, very volatile. We had this um, big sell-off. Okay, took out the previous week's high, closed as an engulfing, bearish engulfing candle, right? Not much for us to do on this. We're going to bring in the weekly open, as always, which is there. Okay, weekly open. So we've traded below. We know previous week's lows there, previous week's highs there. We don't think we're trading back up there anytime soon. But I mean, not anytime soon. Week to week, I mean, we're not going back up there this week. So it's not really a place of interest for us as of yet. Um, what else am I looking at? So Kia is a liquidity on the weekly here. Did we wipe that low out there? We have some equal lows there, but I'll mark them on the daily chart. Now we have the previous week's low, which is here. So that is an area of interest for us massively because it's so close, and you want to see how the market reacts when it hits that. Now, if I bring in Um, let's take it to the daily. We're going to mark out the mid-range because that, if it takes out the low, it could be a place for us to target. So daily. Now, where's KSR? Here. Okay. There. Why? Resistance. Resistance. Couldn't close above. Closes above. Retests. Failure pattern. Okay. Smashes straight through the level. Retest. Resistance. Key lows here. Now, this is going to be important for us. I mean, this is just on the daily, right? So essentially what we're looking for is I'd like to see lows get cleaned. So if we get if we get a sharp move to the to the downside in the overnight session, particularly tonight, we have a red candle off the open. If we can just drop into them, I'm not sure this is going to happen now, but if it happens today or tomorrow, excellent. Then we're looking to get back involved, trade into there, smash above there, and then we can look at higher targets, okay, which we're now going to mark up. So essentially, this is key. Okay, I want to take out one of them key areas of liquidity, and that is the local one. Now, previous week's high is here. Previous week's low is there. Mid-range there. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's the high on the Monday, and there's the mid-range. Okay. So we're going to mark that out. There. Change that to grey. Gives us a place of well, it gives us a target, right? If we end up getting into a long position, we have something to aim at. Um, Now, H1. So you can see these little lows here. What's happened down here? Okay, we've taken out that little low, okay, which was there. You can see that a little bit clearer on the M5. We took that low out. Okay, there, took that low out. Traded away. We found resistance, which is the key daily resistance, the key daily SR there, okay? Market's traded lower. Now you can see, okay, we've left this low here, get off. We've left this low exposed here, and there's liquidity in here. Taking out some highs there, taking out some highs there, broken structure. I want to see this drop straight into there, okay? And that is when I want to see the reaction. Now, I want to see a breakdown and then back above this last week's low, okay? Once it gets back above last week's low, as long as we get something bullish to work with, we're trading straight back into the weekly open. That can be our initial target. We have Monday high up here, okay? Any pullbacks, breaks above, then we have risk, entry, trade it higher, okay? Smash above the pink, then we look to clear this inefficiency to the upside and trade into here. Okay, so that's the plan on Bitcoin. Not much we can do with it until we've got the Monday range out, but I have an idea of what I want to see, and that is quite simply a run on the last week's low, and then a trade back into the pink, and a break of that higher. Okay, Ethereum. What have we got? So let's take a look at Ethereum. Ethereum weekly. Okay, now this is interesting because compared to Bitcoin, that, of course, there's a big weekly, strong weekly counter to the downside here, but you're looking at this compared to Bitcoin, and it isn't that bad, is it? Bitcoin is down. Where is Bitcoin? I mean, Bitcoin's pulled back all the way to these highs, right? This is still what was the low? 870. It's now at what, 1600. It's still almost 2x off the lows, right? So I think for me, the play is going to be looking for strength in the Bitcoin market, or look for lows to be taken out, find a little short-term bottom, and then taking the trade on Ethereum to the upside because of the narrative with the merge. Look, I don't think we're going back up there. We might, but I'm just looking for a swing. Um, Possibly a lower high. That doesn't matter to me, right? What matters to me is probability. Probability of this going lower from here, whilst Bitcoin's sitting on and around daily support, I think is unlikely. Bitcoin really needs to shit the bed here for Ethereum to take Ethereum with it. So I think probability lies, or the high probability trade is to the upside, waiting for that bottom pattern. Um, Now, let's bring in weekly open. Okay, what have we got? Weekly open is here. KSR. Oh, what have we got? Let's have a look. I haven't looked at this Ethereum chart for a while, huh? So we have, I mean, it's not going to come back there yet. Is there anything on the weekly, firstly? July low, July high. Okay, so let's bring in July's range. That's not July's low, but there we go. So there's July's range. That could be a target to the downside, but there is a definite target to the upside, okay? So I'm actually going to label that July high in here. Daily. July high. So basically what we're looking for, okay, in brief, is a bottom to form, and we're looking to trade it straight into July's high. I think this holds. What we do have is a break in the market structure, okay, which is the same as Bitcoin. It's just not as extreme. So Bitcoin, we have, we took out these highs, and then we had breaking the structure there, okay. So even if it pulls back, it's 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 not looking good. Basically, this was higher low, now it's broken it. Okay. Now we look at Ethereum, and where would it be? A little bit different to Bitcoin, this one, but I think this is the higher low. Okay, it's hard to. That's the higher low there. Okay. So we had range with with a range on Ethereum here. Breakout, okay, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, break. So here was the higher low, and you can see now we've cracked that, and we have. I like to use the candle closes for structure because of the volatility, and you can see there broke. And it wasn't so long ago I posted this one on Twitter, and we were down here, and I posted, is that a sign of things to come for the NFT market? The market had broken these lows. So I focus on the closes rather than the wicks because each exchange is different. The volatile and the leverage gives us a bit of imbalance in price. So I prefer the candle closes for the structure on the higher time frames. This was a clear break and it was trading below this. So we got the rip and then the sell off. Yeah, I think it's very similar to now. Break it down the H1, or go back to the daily quickly rather, and you can see similar. Okay, H1. What have we got to work with here? So we have SR here. What are we going to use? Do you know what? I'm going to go for. I'll tell you what, it is a bit of a messy chart. This one, Ethereum, it's here. Okay, let's get rid of that for the moment. KSR in there. Why? There's the initial spike. Resistance, resistance, stop run into resistance, takes out the stops, sells off, smashes above, failure to break below, bullish market structure, rips away. Trades back into the level, retests there. Now we have this little double bottom. We know what is sitting below that, liquidity. So if we can just get a little drop into there, and then we can trade it back into the pink, and that would be a second retest on the pink. And look, this market could just range all week. Absolutely, but this will be our initial target. If it pulls back, we'll look for lows to be taken again, and then we'll trade it back up. If it breaks, then we go July high, okay? So below the pink is the target. Above the pink, July's high is the target. Okay, so that's Ethereum. There's not much else I can give you on this at the moment, but let's take a look at possibly Ape. No, actually ETC. Daily. So, I mean, this is an interesting chart, okay? This ripped a lot. I mean, you're talking about a market that was at $12 a month and a half ago, 2 months ago, peaked at a high of 46, which is a 4x, right? Almost a 4x. We have a key SR in here. Why? Support, support, support. Bouncy ball into the level, breakdown, okay? Trades back above the level, couldn't hold. There's your failure pattern. What happens once it got back underneath? Retested here, sells off. Tries again, sells off. Takes the stops, sells off. Now he's broken the low that created the high. And now we're looking for any pullback so we can sell straight back into support. Taking out all these lows, okay? So ETC is a nice and interesting chart. I mean, it's one of the better ones, to be honest. If we're looking to take the short side of the market, this one has more downside, purely based on how much, how explosive it was to the upside compared to something like Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin barely moved off the lows, really. How would I get involved here? So what do we have? We have SR. So we know where our support level is. We know that is here. Initial spike, resistance, breaks out. Okay, left the gap here, stops under here. It's just taking them out now. Okay, that's a good thing, especially if we're going to look to take this market a little bit higher to sell it back. So we now have our target to the downside. Excellent. We have the break in the market structure here. What we're looking for is a trade to the upside, and hopefully it'll take us high enough for us to be able to build a short position. So what we're looking for here would be, again, same. Okay, so we have these equal lows here now. So I'm going to label them equal lows, in fact. Okay, so I want them to get hit on ETC. Equal lows. I want price to drop into them. Break structure. Risk. Stop loss. Okay. Target 1. Target 2. That is where we'll look for a failure pattern, breaking structure, sell this back. Okay, but essentially I'm looking for a lower high. I want the market to push up, squeeze some late shorts, and we can get this market sold off back into support. Hope you enjoyed the stream. Goodbye.